We got to turn that off because that doesn't do any good. Okay, that's out of here. We got our feud link up. It is feud today, right?
It is feud today,
sweet.
and I did let Dunaway know, and you guys are both in there, so we're good.
Looks like we're ahead of the game a little bit.
Yeah.
So here goes. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, got to stop that. Got to mark that. Oops, shit. Hold on. I F that up, but I can fix it.
Oh.
I can fix it. Me can fix it. Okay, and then we go right here, and we go here, and then there. Okay. That's recording. Here we go. In
3, 2, 1.
I dealt with a boy, to abbreviate it, who wanted to kill me. The name of the demon that was inside the young man was named Azrael. I later found out that Azrael was Lucifer's personal death angel. Not only that, but I also found out that was the same name as the cat on the Smurfs. And what is his primary objective? Is to catch little Smurfs and kill them for Gargamel.
What is this?
Squirt.
Your eyes are like two big blue eyes. This is the morning stream.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to TMS, the morning stream for Wednesday, January 19th, 2022. I'm Scott Johnson. He's Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Scott. Chad Kroger is my personal death angel.
Oh, Chad Kroger. Didn't they impress you this year with some cover or something?
They did, yeah. They got together with lottery winners and did a sea shanty cover of Rockstar. It moves them slightly ahead of Limp Bizkit.
Okay, where are they on the Smashmouth scale? Are they
they're also ahead of Smashmouth.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah. That's not bad.
Barely though. They're all kind of in the same place.
Weren't they kind of always? They were
surrounded by a thick coating of Right Said Fred.
Yeah. That sounds right to me. Hey, you guys, welcome to another show. It's me and Brian. We're here. We're doing it, and it's a good thing because we'll give you a little programming info. Yeah. Exactly. We got some programming info coming up. We'll let you know what's going on. But expect nothing today but just an amazing, full-length, incredible experience.
Packed show.
Oh, you're going to tell your friends, your family. You'll go to your mom's house and go, Mom, you won't believe what I heard today. And she'll be stoked for you.
Exactly.
Because that's what moms do.
Exactly. This is when you write your Christmas cards at the end of the year that recap what a year you've had and what all of you have been doing. You'll mention January 19th as a great day of TMS. You'll put that in your...
Never forget is what we're saying. Never forget today's day. Not really.
Jenny learned how to play the piccolo, and January 19th was an amazing TMS.
Did your mom do the wall thing where you'd say how tall you were all the time? She'd measure your little head?
Yeah, totally had that. Yes.
Was this required?
And we did that with Tristan, too. We had that in this house.
We did the exact same thing with our kids, and then I don't know why, but Taylor and Dylan aren't doing this, and they didn't know why they're not. They just like, oh, yeah, we didn't think about it. I don't know if there's a break in that generation where they're just like, nah, kids going forward.
They can start any time. I mean, it's,
That's true. He's not
done
done
one
growing.
Of those things that's like, we didn't start doing this, so there's...
But he
unless it's a streak. How are your kids with streaks? Do they care about the streaks?
They care about. Well, they know they're sick of my streaks, just like everyone here is probably sick of my streaks. So they know about my my puke streak from 2005. They know about other streaks, but for the most part, they don't do streaks like I do streaks.
Gotcha.
They're not into it.
All right.
Although Carter is on a streak now of the most nature tattoos of the household. She got I don't know if she's in the chat, but she got a tattoo on her inner arm on the left side here that is a big carp fish, like a Japanese carp fish.
Like a koi? Oh, no, I guess koi is goldfish. Japanese carp fish.
Carp, yeah, it's like a Japanese carp, and I don't know if Japanese carp are like trash fish the way ours are, like the one, she is here. She can fill us in, but they're super trash fish. When we used to go to like this amusement park in Utah called Lagoon, there was a whole pond of these things, and all you had to do is spit over the edge, and they'd eat your spit because they're gross.
Yeah, whatever. Like you could throw gum wrappers and cigarette butts and.
Yeah, no kidding. Chat room says koi are carp. Is that true?
Koi are carp. I thought koi were just like big Japanese goldfish. Okay, so koi Are Carp. So she's got a koi.
That's a fun 3 words to say. Koi Are Carp.
Koi Are Carp.
Koi Are Carp. Koi Are Carp. I'm gonna say that all day when anyone asks me anything. Hey, did you take the garbage out? Koi Are Carp. Just see what Kim does. Divorce me probably. Anyway, so she did that, and it's very nice. And so she's now got the streak in the house of the family of having the most nature-based tattoos. Everyone else has done Nick did like a skull or something. I don't know. He did boy things, and Carter's all naturey. So well done, nature girl Carter.
Yeah, Tristan's got forests and a moon and a tooth and a no face from Spirited Away, and I can't think of all the tattoos my boy has.
That thing vomits furniture is my memory of that character.
That's correct. Yes, he's more tattoo than man at this point.
Wow, that's awesome. It's their, you know what? Their generation's the first one where they just have zero hangups about it. They're just like,
exactly. Here's the thing, and I don't care if I'm going to like it for the rest of my life because I like it right now. I'm going to put it on my body.
Yeah, I mean, our generation, it's not like you were just really rebellious if you got tattoos. And it was still fine. No judgment here. We're Gen X after all. We don't care. But you're hesitant because it meant you were going to mark yourself for good. But there's a whole generation of 20-somethings that don't have any of those hangups. They're just like, yeah, it's whatever. Put them, get them going. Let's get some cool earrings and some cool tats going. You know what? I'm totally happy for them. Am I ready to go brand myself? No. But they can do whatever they want. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I still need to do mine. I'm 100% planning on doing mine. It's just a matter of A, designing it, and then B, going and having it done.
Yeah. Why don't you self-induce, buy the gun and do one yourself? What would that be?
Because I want to put it back here. I want to put it where
you can't see it.
That I can't reach easily. Yeah.
Place where you don't
Otherwise,
have to.
I would. Otherwise, I'm sure I could probably rig up the 3D printer to just print the tattoo on my wrist that way.
Well, that's what I'm waiting for. That one they showed in that Jeff Goldblum deal, his first season, they showed that tattoo printer, and it's permanent until you decide you don't want it anymore. Pretty cool. That's what I want. I'd do that all day. If that was the case, my arms I'd be sleeving it, dude. Full sleeves of something. Because I'd know I could just go change it.
Right. You could just undo it anytime. Undo!
Yeah. E-ink tat or whatever those things are called. I don't know what they're called.
That's interesting.
Anyway. Hey, Brian, I got a fun quiz for you this morning. All right?
Okay. I like quizzes. I like these things.
Yeah.
Sure.
We need a little, let's see, what's this? No, that's not it. I'm trying to, I thought I had a theme for you. Let's see. How about, I know. I got a good one. Let's play this for you. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Okay, great. This is great. This is working out great.
Oh.
Hold on.
Hello. You're finding. Okay.
I thought I had music for you for this. No. Okay. Well, on that note, we're just gonna go for it.
Lack of a note.
Yeah. Well, on that lack of note, we're just gonna play this game. Now, I got a little wild hair at my bum because I was paying attention to some Batman coverage for the new movie, The Batman.
Sure. The Batman.
Or is it just called Batman?
No, it's called The Batman.
The Batman. Okay.
The Batman. Yes.
So The Batman.
Or as Cillian Murphy calls it, The Batman. Where is the Bat?
The Batman. Man. And then if he sprays you with his goo, he goes, "Where's the Batman?"
Exactly, with black goo coming out of his face.
Yeah. Kind of enjoyed that. Anyway. So they revealed the Joker, and he looks like it's a very different take on the Joker.
You mean the Riddler.
Or the Riddler, I'm sorry. I keep saying Joker.
Yeah, Paul Dano.
Yeah, Paul Dano, who I like a lot. He's creepy as hell.
Who's had his milkshake. He had his milkshake drink.
You will drink your milkshake.
And there will be blood.
Yeah, I love that guy. So he's cool, and but he's in like a mask and he looks like vigilante style, and I like it personally, by the way. I think a stupid green jumpsuit covered in question marks is stupid as shit. Okay.
You mean like a 3-piece suit?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't
suit with a tie and stuff like I wore to Nerdtacular.
No, that one's fine. That one's fine. But that I'm thinking old school, like the one piece,
right? I mean, that's absolutely 60s Batman.
Yeah,
it's good for that, but it's it's
a big jumper suit with where you don't want camel toe as a villain. All right, that's what I'm saying. No camel toe, no villain.
There you go. Yes, good.
So they showed him, and I like it, and it got me thinking about riddles. So I'm gonna riddle you today.
Okay.
And then
riddle
you're gonna,
me this.
Yeah, and you're gonna struggle with these, I hope, or they're gonna be too easy. I don't actually know where you're gonna land on these. I don't have a good prediction.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just
but
gonna,
they're riddles, like as in why'd the chicken cross the road kind of thing.
kind of, except more like a little more like our 2 plums thing that we did forever ago.
Oh God, okay.
Not exactly like that, but more in that neighborhood.
I hope you have these written down and from a reputable source as opposed to trying to pull them from memory.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, if I did these from memory, we'd be
good.
screwed.
All right, good.
I'd forget part of it. All right, so here you go. Number 1. Only one color, but not one size. Stuck at the bottom, yet easily flies. Present in sun, but not in rain. Doing no harm and feeling no pain. What is it?
All right, so let's see here.
I can repeat any of this you need.
Yeah, repeat. Sorry, I'm going to have you repeat it one more time.
That's fine, and I'm going to put it in the chat so you have a visual reference.
Oh, good. Yes, thank you.
So there you go.
Only one color, but not one size. Stuck at the bottom, yet easily flies. Present in the sun, but not in rain. Doing no harm and feeling no pain.
Yeah. And don't look at any chat room replies.
Oh, well, the item right underneath it.
I should have put it in Discord.
Is absolutely correct. Yeah, you should put it in our.
All right, so you know what? That was a warm up. We got it.
That's a good one. Shadow. That's a very good one. All
Shadow.
Right. Well done.
Okay.
And well done, Kelly. 138. That's very good.
Yeah, nicely done. All right, so Brian, I'm putting this in the Discord because the chat ruined
all right.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, your
And
next
that
one.
way I won't look there. Okay.
So the new one is, who is that with a neck and no head, 2 arms and no hands? What is it?
Who is that with a neck and no head, 2 arms and no hands? What is it?
Yeah.
Why does it start with who is that and ends with what is it?
Yeah, it is a weird sentence.
The redundancy and screwing up the question.
Yeah.
All right, well, a bottle has a neck and no head, but no arms. 2 arms and no hands. Arms. Arms. What's another, like weaponry, arms, neck, something that has a neck and 2 arms.
Well,
A neck.
neck,
A
no
headless, handless Dwayne Johnson.
My dad would laugh at that. No, the incorrect answer. Sorry, that is incorrect. I'm going to buzz you there. The answer is a shirt.
Oh, of course, a shirt has a neck and 2 arms. Yeah, very good.
Shirt. Well done.
I happen to be wearing one of those today, even.
Yeah, you're going to wear a shirt today. Jeez.
I'm wearing a shirt. Dang it.
TRPW said sweater. I think that's pretty close. Primerica got shirt.
Primerica got shirt.
Yeah, good job there, dude.
I got coat. Nicely done.
All right, here's your next one. I'll paste this in here and read it. Hold on. Here we go. Okay.
This helps because these things I need to read clearly helps me so much, right?
Yeah, it really helped with that last one. So here it is. What is it that given one, you'll have either 2 or none?
Oh, interesting. Okay, so something that you're given, and once you're given it, you either have 2 or none.
Yeah.
Given a blank, you'll either have 2 or none.
Someone in the chat said plums.
You know, plums. What is it
funny.
that given one, you'll either have 2 or none?
Yeah. It's a tricky one.
It's got to be something intangible like...
see, this is why you're good at these. Your brain is good.
Yeah.
You have a Riddler's brain.
Yes. Something intangible. Well, Robin, it's got to be something intangible. Given one, you'll have either 2 or none. It'll take me too long to come up with something. So,
all right. Your answer is, wait, let me buzz you. The answer is a choice.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Given a choice, you'll have either 2 or none.
Yeah, because you'll either choose between 2 things, possibly more. So they don't really say that here, but
either 2 or none. No choice? Wait, so hold on a second. If you're given a choice, you'll either have 2 or none, so no choice?
Yeah, it means you have no choice. So
okay. But if I'm given a choice, I cannot be not given a choice.
Let's think about that. What is given? So if you are given a choice,
if you're given a choice, you can't say that one of the options is no choice.
Well, what if it's like a mobster says, "Give us the money, she," and that's your only choice?
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right,
maybe that's it.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, final riddle. Let's see if this one.
One does not equal 0. I'm going to just.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
Okay.
Here's a new one, or here's the final one.
Okay. All right.
Oh, wait, I got to put it in the hoo-ha. All right,
Yeah.
so here comes in the hoo-ha. I'm going to stick it straight in the
What
hoo-ha.
goes in the hoo-ha has casts no shadow.
Yep.
And
Here it is. If 11 plus 2 equals 1, what does 9 plus 5 equal?
oh, jeez. All right. If 11 plus 2 equals 1, what does 9 plus 5 equal? 9 plus 5 then would equal 2? Let me think here. So 11 o'clock plus 2 hours would be 1 o'clock. 9 o'clock plus 5 hours would be 2 o'clock. So I'm going to say 2.
Oh, my Lord. You absolutely nailed it. You figured it out. You figured out that A, it was a clock reference and not some math thing that was broken. Mm-hmm. And B, you read it. Here, let me show you what the answer is. You read it as if you had this. That is exactly verbatim what you said. I'm impressed.
All right.
I'm super impressed. I think that makes up for your T-shirt and shadow deal.
Yeah, I should. And that stupid choice one.
Yeah, that terrible choice one. Gosh dang.
Yes.
All right. Well done, Brian. You did it.
Thanks. Well, good. I'm glad to at least have gotten one of those and ended on a positive.
Yeah. And again, I'll just say it for the record. I think that Riddler looks cool. I don't think it's a problem. Like, you're talking about a movie. These things are hard to make where, you can't have Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. So, we obviously don't know how Paul Dano is going to be, but we can probably guess he's going to be damn good because he's freaking Paul Dano.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Who is your favorite Riddler? In movies, TV, animation, etc.
Probably the one. Well, I mean, we can't count comics because there's plenty of good examples in the comics.
You can't count comics, right? Because obviously it's just who draws.
Yeah, and these all, who writes them. It matters if it's a better writer and that sort of thing. But probably, I mean, Frank Gorshin's fun to watch, but he's also
he set the bar.
Yeah, but just kind of he's a cartoon, it's not really doing it for me. And probably, actually, you know what? The Riddler in the Arkham games. I like that guy.
Oh, that's a great choice. Yeah. Who did the...
I don't know who the voice is. He's really good, though.
Yeah, but he is a great Riddler. Apparently, Jim Rash was the Riddler in Harley Quinn. Jim Rash from Community. Dean.
Really?
Dean.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, Dean Telton. Yeah, which is great. Like, talk about perfect casting. He makes a good one. I gotta say, I kind of don't mind the Riddler from the Gotham TV show, Corey Michael Smith. I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. I just feel like if you're going to do a modern incarnation of the guy, you got to get creative, and it feels like that's what they're doing. So
that was a show that had great villain actors and kind of garbage hero actors.
Yeah.
Commissioner Jim Gordon was boring as hell.
Yeah.
The kid who played young Bruce Wayne, boring as hell.
Yeah, super boring.
But the guy who played Penguin, who's got 3 names.
Jasper Walton Gherkin. Jasper Walton Gherkin. Yeah.
Yes, he was great.
Never forget.
Oh, it's something Robin. Something, because he had Robin as
Robin Taylor Lord.
Robin, what is it?
Taylor Lord, I think.
Robin Taylor Lord.
Oh, there, the chat saying it. Free Ranger says Robin Taylor Lord. Is that correct? Was I right?
I know it's Robin something, and I think Lord was in there as well. Yeah, Robin.
Batman Robin Lord. Nice, Benjamin. Nice. Yeah, it's a tricky. So whatever, Matt Reeves. I have trust in Matt Reeves. Everybody's got all these stupid worries about a Batman movie, and they do this every time there's something new. Like when Nolan was rolling around, they were like, "Oh, I don't know about this," and everyone always feels this way and says these things until it happens. And then when it happens, we're like, "Oh, this is pretty good." That's how this will be. It's Matt Reeves. He makes great movies. He knows what to do, both visually and tonally. The guy's got it going on. It'll be fine. Okay.
Because it's Warner Brothers, and Warner and HBO Max are, in bed together doing the thing. Are we going to get day and date streaming release with the Batman?
I don't know. That's a good question, because I know they said they were going to do that through the end of 2021, but I don't know if that extends to anything.
I haven't heard any 2022 doings of that.
I would like that, though. That would be really good.
Mm-hmm. I would, too.
Yeah, Claire, I don't count the Ben Affleck stuff. He's bad in those roles. Yeah. No offense to Ben Affleck. The guy can do things. We'll hear about him a bit today, I'm guessing.
We will. You will hear about him shortly.
Yeah, a little bit of something.
Good thing.
All right, we're going to play a game with, speaking of games, let's just keep the games going.
Yeah, keep the games going.
We just moved from the Brian arcade machine to the Dunaway arcade machine and plunk a quarter into him.
Listen,
And,
Ellen DeGeneres' Game of Games got canceled, so let's have him here.
Oh, was that a
That
thing?
was a TV show. She used to have like giant spin the bottle and blindfold the turkey or whatever games. Basically, she used to do this primetime game show where she played a bunch of games with contestants who were clearly on meth.
Well, she's done. She's kind of retired. She's off.
She kind of is, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Off she goes. Hey, that music means that Brian Dunaway is joining us. Hi, Brian Dunaway.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. How are you guys?
Hey, man, we're good. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing? We're in week 2 now of your COVID recovery. You doing all right?
It's been 6 months. I don't know how long it's been. Time has lost all meaning.
I don't think it's been 6 months.
No, definitely not.
So that's another side effect of COVID is the inability to tell time.
Yeah,
right?
no kidding.
What happened?
That's the idea. Is it's super goofy. It makes your head weird and you're. We got a lady, Brian. This is not to freak you out because I think you've been doing all the right resting and everything.
I just like the fact that before you continue, we've got a lady.
We got a lady.
Hold on, Brian. I'm going to tell you something.
It is a weird way to start it. But this poor lady, she's in our neighborhood. She prior to this was not so much anti-vax as she was didn't care vax. Like just sort of, hey, whatever, life is whatever it is. And since that attitude, they have lost her son-in-law. I'm sorry, her son. Almost her daughter-in-law almost died. She is now paralyzed from the waist down, and they can't figure out why. She has no physical reason why. There's no other medical reason. Their doctors are hesitant to just say, well, this could be one of the neurological dings of COVID, but they're hesitant because they don't know that for sure. But she's in a wheelchair now. She can't feel her legs. Out of nowhere. Yeah. 2 months after COVID, she had it, and now she can't move her legs. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to... I think you've been taking all the proper precautions and rest. That's the important thing. That's why I'm telling everybody this story.
Yes. Plus, I had 2 of the shots. Had not gotten my booster yet, but I wasn't slated to, so it's all good.
Yeah, you got a booster all right.
I could control. That's all I could do.
You got a booster all right. It just came through the air and up your nose. That's how you got that.
It's like, you need a booster.
It's kind of your booster. Yeah, exactly.
Well, anyway, I hope you continue to climb the mountain of wellness. And,
yes. And, I already have immune issues anyway, so I've been afraid of the moment that it would arrive. But I knew it would because of the secondary exposure I get, because the people I'm around are all around a lot of people. I am very isolated.
That's where that happens.
People that I'm around.
That's where that happens. That's the problem here in Utah. Everyone's like, why are Utah's numbers higher than any other state around them? It's just simple math. We have way more kids in our state.
Right.
And they're all in school. Well, now they're not. They're all as of yesterday, it's all virtual again, but because it's so bad. But
is it?
They're going to school. They're getting it. And they're coming home and giving it to everybody.
Exactly.
And everyone's acting surprised. The local government's like, well, we just can't figure out how that's happening. I'm like, really? The least well ventilated buildings in the state, and you've got people crammed in by the 30s and 40s in there. Are you kidding?
Mom, Dad, guess what I got at school today?
You wouldn't believe it. An A? No,
COVID.
That's a C. Anyway, hey, Dunaway, we're glad you're here. That's what matters. And we're going to play Tadpooly Feud today. That means we got to take one of our listeners in here. Let's find out who's been calling. Hi, who's this?
It's Guacmar.
Well, Guacmar, how are you?
Guacmar.
Guacmar. I still think you sound like a backup player for Guar. Yeah,
I know. I mean, you basically take the LKMA out of his name. You've got Guar.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, don't forget, they're from Richmond.
That's right. They are from Richmond, aren't they? Yeah, that's a weird thing to say because in the lore of Guar, you'd say, well, no, they're from the planet Zontar or some nightmare hellscape. But
you could even say, I'd expect Guar to be from Seattle or Atlanta or Miami but they're from Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah. It's just a weird birthplace for such a weird band.
Athens or something. Yeah. Detroit. Exactly.
And just as an offside, don't forget Dave Matthews Band's from Charlottesville. So.
Oh, are they? That's true. They are. Yeah. That's my version.
He's also from Pittsburgh, and he's also from.
I talked to Dave Matthews once.
Yeah. What was that about? What happened there?
I said, "Hey, Dave," and he was like, these guys coming up are awesome. And then he walked away. And I was like, cool, dude.
That was it?
Really? Oh,
That
like
was it.
like talking about the upcoming band or something?
Yeah, the upcoming band. In other words, we was a couple of hooligans, and he's like,
Gotcha.
I have nothing for you. Watch these guys.
Yeah.
I'm going backstage. Leave me alone.
Yeah. We call
Security.
that
Does he actually
deflection.
talk like that, though? Like, does it, oh, you're going to really like the people coming up. They're good performers.
Not at all.
Oh.
He
No,
was
exactly.
he was resting his voice, I'm assuming.
Okay. Is it weird that every time you guys say Dave Matthews, I picture Mike Judge? Just can't help it.
That's perfect.
To
No,
me,
I do the same.
to me, they're the same people. I don't know why. I've always
They have a
associated
similar
them together.
look.
Oh, yeah, I never even think about that. Interesting.
Every time. Don't know why. Anyway.
When I picture Mike Judge, I just picture like a cartoon squiggly line dude. I don't even picture a human
You
being.
don't picture the guy.
You dehumanized him. I love it.
I think I picture Milton from the original Saturday Night Live short. Is what I picture.
Oh,
right.
Well, it is
hilarious. Martin Short,
I
right?
forgot that's where that started.
That is where Milton started. Yeah, the Office Space came from a Saturday Night Live animated short. Yeah.
And it wasn't Stephen Root wasn't voicing it, right? It was
no,
okay.
no,
No, it was Mike
I don't
Judge.
know who.
Was it Mike
It was
Judge
Mike
voicing
Judge
it?
in the original animation,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm thinking it might have even been modeled after him. It might have been like a self-portrait kind of thing, but maybe not. I don't know.
Damn, dude. Well, that's all good, but water under the bridge,
I
really,
ask
when
a
it
favor
comes
real
to games. We're going to play
Yeah,
a
you
game.
can ask a favor. Sure.
Yeah,
What's
go
up?
ahead.
Whatever the prizes are, give them to somebody else.
Oh, you sure?
Aw.
Are you sure you haven't heard
I'm
what they
absolutely
are?
These are real good. They may not be what you think they are. Well, okay, I'll tell you what.
Genital manipulation.
Here's here's what we'll do. When Brian tells you the prizes, then decide. If they're not
Then
for you,
decide.
we'll
Yeah,
definitely send them
exactly.
somewhere else. So, Brian, why don't you explain all this? What's going on?
Sure, it's time to play the Tadpool-y Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics. Scott and Brian will have to predict the answers that they gave us, and it's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Guacamole, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. If your team wins, you have a prize package that you have the option of giving up if you want. That includes
Yeah.
one of Scott's bat stickers and a sketch on a TMS card, a hand-drawn one-of-a-kind sketch on a TMS card, as well as some stickers sent from me as well. Still want to give it up for what's behind door number 2?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
So I already got a card from you last time. I'm happy with what I had. I still say give it up to somebody else.
All right, you're a generous
All right.
dude.
Look
You're a
at
really
that.
generous guy. All right, so here's what we'll do. We will
Oh, here's what I have an idea. Here's what we'll do.
Go ahead.
Once we've gone through the answers, if there's any answers left, we'll open it up to the chat room. They type an answer. The first person to type the highest answer left on the list gets the prize.
Oh, I see. That's not bad. Yeah, let's do that. How's that sound,
yeah,
Guacamar?
yeah.
Guacamar,
Yeah,
you get first refusal here. Do you like that?
Absolutely fine.
Okay, cool.
He's given up his opportunity to have any say on how we give out these prizes.
I just love talking with you guys.
Fair enough. I like talking to you too. All right, well let's lay into it. What's our topic today?
All right, your topic. Well, thank God we're done talking about COVID because put your hands on your buzzers.
I'm on it.
580 Tadpoolers answered. 22 of them wimped out and said pass. They gave their answer to this. Name something you'll miss when the pandemic is over.
Oh,
Scott.
Shit, it just left my brain. I'm too late. Brian, take it. You can steal. I screwed up. I had it. It was in my head and I lost it. I lost it.
question. Give it.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, you need me to redo the question. Name
Did you-
something you'll miss when the pandemic is over.
Being alone.
All right.
Oh.
Show me being alone.
kind of what I was trying to say.
Yeah, alone time or peace and quiet.
All right. Well, that means he got it by default because I effed up.
That does mean that Guacamole, you're going to be playing with Brian. You guys have control of the board. So here's the situation with this one. Again, as always, I took all the answers and everybody has a different way of wording the same thing or something similar. So I grouped them all into things that were worded the same way. Okay.
Right.
So there you go. But these are all of their answers to things they'll miss when the pandemic is over. All right, so Brian and Guacamole, name something else that our tadpole will miss when the pandemic is over.
I think a lot of them have been working from home, Guacamole, and I think they'll miss that. What do you think?
I would eat that or pajamas.
Why not both?
You could combine them,
yeah. How about let's go with the work thing.
Yep.
And then we'll try pajamas next.
All right.
Sure. All right. Show me working from home.
Yeah,
it's
that's
number one answer. And I will tell you that because so many people said stuff like working from home in shorts or sweatpants or pajamas, I lumped all of that.
Okay, so pajamas all together then. See, we're on the same page.
Pajamas are included in that whole thing. Because if you don't have to go to work, you don't have to get out of your pajamas.
Yeah,
right.
My favorite limited series on HBO is Pajamas Are Included. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
very
good. Such a good series.
Yeah.
I think
it really was. And around award season, if it gets ignored, we're gonna have words. All right,
sure, yeah.
You guys are still winning. Keep going.
Guac, what? Got another one?
So how about not getting cleaned?
Okay.
So not showering every day or not.
Yeah.
Or...
I miss the filth. I'll miss being dirty.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Show me negative effects on personal hygiene.
There you go.
Oh, man.
People did say stuff like that, so I did lump that all into something along those lines, hygiene related. Not shaving, having to shave every day, having to shower every day, stuff like that. So people did say that, just didn't make the top 10.
Good guess, though.
Yes, very good guess.
Things we'll miss about the pandemic.
Miss.
Yes.
All right.
What people miss when the pandemic is over.
When it becomes endemic is what it's probably going to do.
Right.
All right. I'll say, well, this will stick around as the problem, but I'll still say it because I think they may have said it. So grocery delivery, food delivery, that general category.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. All right. Show me DoorDash, Grubhub, contactless delivery, curbside pickup, all that shit.
No,
Number
look at
8.
That.
That's good
nice.
points.
Pick up contactless delivery.
Look at those
You
points.
people are weird, though. I mean, I was doing it before the pandemic, and I'm going to keep on going.
Absolutely. But more places offer that. Like being able to just pull your car up and have people put groceries in the back of your car that you've already bought online.
Yeah. And by the way, they really like that. They really
like that too.
Yeah, I've heard from a manager at our Smiths over here, and they're like, yeah, we this will stay. We're doing this forever.
We prefer it.
Yes.
All right.
What else you got, Scott?
How about
right now you're in the lead because of one big answer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which drives that one listener that we have crazy.
Yeah, he always has something to say
about this. He might have
this.
stopped listening to the show because
this game is stupid.
The scoring of Tadpole Feud bothered him so much.
What will I miss? I can think of so many things I'm not going to miss. You know, like it's so hard for me not to. That's what screwed me up in the first answer.
That's what's messing me up too. It's like,
things I'll miss.
Things the Tadpole will miss when the pandemic is over.
More. This is a terrible answer. More video game time. They'll miss that.
Oh, that's a great answer.
Yeah,
I think it's bad, but go ahead.
Show me more video game time.
I'm going
to give it to you. I was hesitant on this one. So staying home as an excuse to get out of things, but I also lumped, staying home, playing video games instead of going out to social.
So avoiding social crap, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you mine.
Because I don't want to have somebody said, well, I said something kind of like that.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Tom Norm disagrees.
Yeah, he disagrees. That's okay. He's all about the norms.
Let him
all right.
disagree.
I'm going to say for my next answer, I'm going to propose this.
Okay.
Flying on airplanes, which I know people can still do and have done, but I don't plan on getting on one until I feel better about things. So airplane travel.
All right. Show me flying on airplanes.
No.
Damn it.
Nope.
It's actually one of the safest places to be right now. Like they're so careful that it's actually not. It's not the hellscape I make it out to be, and it's unfortunate that I feel that way.
Yeah, and you might get some entertainment of somebody getting duct taped to a chair because they're refusing to wear a mask.
Yeah.
To slide their mask back up after they take a sip of their Jack and Coke.
Yeah.
That has been a cool new thing we've started doing.
Yeah.
Get out the duct tape.
Yeah.
All right.
Guacmar is back to us.
All right, Brian and Guacmar got control.
I have one, unless you have something, Guac.
I had something along the lines of binge watching, or rather daily binge watching.
Binge
for daytime
watching.
binge watching.
All right.
But does that lump into
binge
your...
watching? The TVs, the tubes, the shows.
All right,
yes.
binge watching. Okay, show me getting to binge watch all the shows.
Oh, man.
People did say that, but did not make the top of the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about... Jeez, this is hard.
I know, it kind of is, yeah. But once you hear these answers, you'll be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Because there's so much we're not going to miss, like the things we aren't going to miss, and it's just hard for me to think of something that I'll miss. Okay. I'll miss... shit!
No, you can still.
I mean, I guess
after the pandemic.
you know what? Somebody probably said this. I wouldn't have said it because I don't. As much as I will wear them because I think it's important. I don't want to wear masks after this. So masks, I'll say.
Masks.
Someone
Sure.
somewhere is going to miss that.
Benefits. It has its benefits.
Yeah, because you can kind of
Show
keep
me
yourself.
your mask, Gotham. People said masks mostly because of not smelling stinky coworkers' breath.
Yeah,
not
makes sense.
seeing ugly faces, and also because how you wear a mask, it makes it easy to identify idiots from a distance.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. So it's like they're gonna miss mask, but not on themselves.
Right. Some people said they'll miss masks, like being able to, create an outfit with a mask as an accessory.
Right.
People will miss. There was one. What was the other? There was another mask thing, like just keeps me warm in the winter. So
my daughter loves that.
Because I was wearing masks before all this started because when I would walk in the cold, I'm kind of sensitive to the cold, so I was always wearing masks. It was no change for
Carter
me.
does that now. She likes to wear a mask out there, and I'm like, well, why are you wearing it here? And she's like, because it's warm. All right. So I'm on a little bit of a roll here. Let's see if I can F this up. How about shaking hands or hugging strangers?
Okay.
Sure. That's a good one. All right.
I'm sorry. I guess it's not doing that.
Yeah, is what people will miss.
That's what they'll miss.
Not
is
to
not
do
doing
it.
that.
Show me handshakes, or not having to do handshakes, hugs, that sort of personal touching crap.
Damn it.
Number, what was it, 13 on the list, just barely out of the top 10. But people really not missing handshakes.
I mean, if it's people that I know and like, I miss that. But if it's just a stranger who you're just expected, like, oh, I heard so much about you, squeeze. Like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Sam Jane will always get a hug.
Oh, always, yeah. But we know
But,
her. We know her. I'd shake her. I'd hug her now because I know how careful they've been.
Exactly.
I'd squeeze. She could squeeze a toot out of me. All right, keep going.
So, Brian and Guacmar, back over to you.
I have one. I'm going to try. So this will be our last strike, but I don't want to take it with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss spending time with the immediate family because they were always forced. You're stuck in here with me.
Everybody's home. Kids are doing their school at home. You and the missus working from home, so hanging out there.
Yep.
All right, show me family time.
Oh no!
That's number
wrong
11.
with you people?
Number 11, just outside the top 10.
All right, I have one chance to see if I can unearth this.
We will still give the prize away to somebody in chat, so don't worry.
We're doing that no matter what.
Sorry, G-Walk.
That's fine.
G-Walkie.
G-Walkie. Macmar,
I
we're
mean,
going to
like
call him.
8 hours in South Carolina. Everything's fine.
Sure. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to scrape the bottom of the barrel here. How about...
Trench Wildfire
Every time
says,
you say that,
why
I
is
want to
Scott
think you want to
looking
say a
at the
booby.
chat during the quiz? It's totally fine if he does. That doesn't mean it's going to help. You guys all said family time and stuff
I'm not
like
reading
that,
your
and those are all
answers.
low on the list.
I don't read their answers when I'm answering. I mean, I could, I guess, but I'm not. All right, let's go with. This is hard. It's still hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what I'm going to miss, but I don't know if that's everybody because I already work here.
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I got it. I'm going to miss going, but see, we'll probably. This isn't a thing you want to stop doing. But we go out of our way now, like extra out of our way to be nice to people, especially people who are like frontline workers, people who deliver things, people who are like in retail. Like we go out of our way to like tip more, friendlier to. If they F up, it's still okay. Ah, damn it!
Shut up.
Damn it!
Recognition of healthcare workers was on the list, but
really?
Yeah.
Aw.
All right, so chat room. I'm going to type "start now" or "guess now," and
look at this.
Don't guess until you see me say the words "guess now" in chat because I'm only counting answers that you give after that. But we have a number 4 answer. The first person to type the number 4 answer is going to win these prizes as long as they're in the U.S. Otherwise, you get Steam games.
Okay.
Guess now. All right. Let's see what
so
we
the
got.
chat's get. Oh, look at them all.
Look at that.
Jeez. Direct to streaming movies, gas costs, movies, online doctor, socially distancing. KZ Pugs is correct. Social distancing.
Damn it.
Is
I almost
the
said
number 4
personal
answer.
space, but that makes sense.
I would have taken personal space as social distancing. I like having people staying 6 feet away from me in lines.
I do too.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I like that plenty. I don't want to be all up next to you like Subway style. Freaking F that. I don't want that.
That's right. KZ Pugs, send me an email, coverville@gmail.com, and let me know your mailing address. And I know Greg on TV, but you didn't say it. Oh, shoot. Greg on TV shows Greg on TV right after KZ Pugs on my list.
Oh, well,
Does
we got to go by
after.
We got to go by your list because I
got to go by my list. I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah.
by my IRC.
don't
chat.
worry. There's always future chances. Their name, I forgot the name.
So
What was it?
the social distance also, did you pull in the toilet seat between thing they're doing in men's restrooms?
Oh,
I
right, where they
enjoyed that.
tape over a toilet seat.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that true?
Nobody-
I actually.
Yeah.
I
Stand next to
actually
me.
just pee on the tape and the
I go-
plastic. And let it spray
I know
all
you
over
do.
The damn
I
place.
know
I
you
don't
do.
care.
I go out of my way to avoid public bathrooms, so I didn't know they were doing that. Didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah.
No, I do like that. I just wish they would, like, come on, by default, start with the urinal that's 2 feet lower
Right.
than the other urinal. Start with that
Yeah,
one.
what
No
about
one
that
wants to use that
exactly.
one.
It's for kids, but come on.
Whatever.
What
Keep
if a
your kids at
little?
home.
What if Peter Dinklage got? You got Peter Dinklage in town. He's got to pee real bad. What are you gonna do?
Come on.
What's he gonna
All right,
do?
okay.
He's gonna jump. I don't know. Get on somebody's shoulders. I don't know how it works. All right. Well done, Guac
Right,
Mario.
okay. Well, hold on. Let's get through the
Yeah.
rest of these answers here. Things that people won't miss. Less traffic.
Oh,
Roads
yeah.
were great during the pandemic. They're just
You
starting
don't,
to get bad
you don't
again.
live where I live. Ugh.
Oh,
No.
were they bad the whole time?
Oh, no one ever got to stay home. We don't do work from home. It's considered
Oh,
lazy.
really?
You can't work from home. That's lazy.
Yeah.
That's just the.
It's
you
going to
know,
vary.
anyway.
Here it's a little bit of a mix, but the one
Right.
thing, the statistic that freaked me out is 33%. No, I'm sorry. 33% drop in overall traffic in the
Right.
United States during the pandemic and a 7% increase in accidents. What is wrong with everyone?
Well, that's because everybody's pissed.
Yeah.
Everybody's way more pissed.
Well,
so
they-
there's more
those-
traffic and pissed.
yeah.
Right. Well, those drivers that had the roads to themselves
Right.
now are just treating it like, hey, I'm still going to drive like I got the roads to myself.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to number 7. Again, we said Tadpool. Name something you'll miss when the pandemic is over. And 33 of them said nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. That's a good one.
Not pass, but they will miss nothing. When
Dang
the
it. See,
pandemic
that's
is
kind of
over.
where I kept coming back to, and I wish I had just said it because that was in my head
Yeah.
to say nothing, but I don't know.
Number 9, fewer crowds when going out. So
Once again,
restaurants, theaters more open and not having everybody right next to you.
God forbid you needed something from Lowe's during the pandemic where I live. My God.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
imagine.
you've never Lowe's has in our area. Lowe's has made out like they hired so many new workers. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot of businesses that are killing it. Like if you owned like Pizza Hut stock, or Domino's, whatever, your investment has gone way up in 2 years. Like there are certain businesses that just absolutely benefited, and I guess home improvement is probably one of them, because a lot of people got that stimulus check and they went straight to fixing that bathroom or putting in a new floor or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Put in a new AC unit.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 10 kind of piggybacks on 6, but enough people said it that I made it a different answer. But not getting the cold or flu, because you're already doing all the things that to keep from getting COVID. Also helps you from getting COVID, cold.
So instead of your typical 1 or 2 day sick vacation days, when you get the COVID, it's like, yeah, you're gone for 2 weeks. See ya, buddy.
Yeah,
exactly.
I ended up with that cold, but it was 20 months, I think. But not longer than that, because the last time I'd actually gotten any kind of sickness or cold was in 2019.
Right.
And then,
please tell me you keep a calendar.
I'm not keeping this. This isn't a streak.
Your streaks.
This isn't a streak, but I gotta say, I did notice that when you have a year go by or more and you don't get sick, it's kind of amazing. It's great.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I still feel like I'm. I've had the occasional sniffle and that sort of thing, but nothing since March 2020.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott, what's your streak for pooping the poop the size of I don't know, an avocado?
What?
What's the record on that?
I don't know what that means. What do you
How long
mean?
has it been since you've pooped a poop the size of an avocado? Is what Brian's asking you.
I haven't checked. I didn't check. I don't know.
Avocado, Haas or the other type?
The size, the shape, the color. Hey, some other great answers people gave us. Streaming movie releases, day and date movie releases, number 12. Saving money by not eating out so much, cooking at home. Zooming with friends, like virtual happy hours and board game nights and things like that you got so desperate for company, you started up a regular Zoom thing. Cleaner air, watching TMS live. Day drinking. A lot of people said day drinking, which is great. Sourdough bread. People are going to miss. They have no excuse
Randy's here
to make sourdough bread. Lately, I've been using a fennel and oregano dough, and
I won't miss crypto talk or sourdough
NFT,
bread talk.
Yeah,
NFTs,
NFT, crypto. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that's going to matter on the pandemic.
One person said drive-through strip clubs. Sure, we're all going to miss those.
Sure.
Easy to hit Pokestops. Let's see.
Oh, that's right. They loosened the rules on the Pokestops.
They did. They did a lot of things to make it easier for you to play the game. QR codes. I actually am with this. Like QR codes were hanging by a thread. They're ringing the bell. Told who the bell tolls for, and QR codes were the perfect thing for this.
I agree, but I'm not sure I agree with its death sentence before that, because they were.
Oh, really?
Because now, like, if I go and I install a new device on a TV, like a PlayStation or an Xbox or something.
Yes.
Gone are the days where I got to manually write that stuff in. You literally just take your phone, scan the QR code on the screen, and bam, you're logged in.
There's a few things. I
love
still
that.
like
the same thing,
if I'm
so does,
activating.
Disney.
Yeah, Disney does it. Yeah.
Oh, really? So, like Disney, at least on Apple TV, you get a 4-letter code and then a website. You go to disneyplus.com/activate and then you enter a 4-letter code.
Yeah, some of them do it different than others. I noticed. So the other night I noticed the easiest one was the hardest one was HBO Max. It made me put my whole password in.
Oh, that sucks.
The easy ones were Netflix, Hulu. I don't remember the other one. Maybe Prime. All of them let me do the big fat QR code on the screen.
That's
take a picture.
great.
Boom.
See?
Yeah. See, that's that. But there's use cases for the thing, and I hope it doesn't go away because I really like it.
I like QR codes, but who is it? Simply Squared says, "Why does Brian think QR codes are dead?" I don't think they're dead now, but I think that they were starting to wane, or they were waning. Like they were only used for very, very specific things, and now they're everywhere.
It was usually like, here's a can of Coke, and if you scan this QR code in, you'll get a reward at the Coke site or whatever.
Exactly. Or
a lot of advertising.
And
less stuff that was like less.
I miss getting products through those kind of methods.
Yeah, it's a good time.
My buddy Tim Coyne, who does the Hollywood podcast, got the QR code for his podcast tattooed on his arm. So when he's out and about and somebody says, "Oh, what's your thing?" Or they might just scan it just to see what it is. But because there was a bad blop in the tattoo artist or something, occasionally it pulls up a different website.
Hope it's a good one.
That's not good. Yeah. Nobody wants a bad blop. All right. Well, congratulations everybody involved, and Guacmar for your generosity, giving that down to
a quick question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Have you guys tried that Diablo sandwich from Arby's yet?
No. Is it good? Is it hot?
So my wife bet me $50 that I wouldn't finish it. I had it gone in less than 5 minutes. It's about the heat of when I go get pho.
Oh, that's no big deal.
I like pho when I can't turn my lips.
Okay, I'm getting it. Today's the day. I'm going to Arby's today.
Diablo. Can I use my free taco pass there? Like, can I say
no?
No, I can't say give me a Diablo and a free taco.
No.
It's ghost pepper cheese. It's habanero sauce. It's jalapenos. It's a chipotle bun.
Sounds amazing.
Oh, that sounds so.
You're gonna have
Scott,
to wait until Diablo 4, Brian. That's when they get it. Is Diablo 4?
There you go. You're at 4 tacos, right, on your taco pass?
4 total so far. Yeah.
If you don't count, yesterday.
If you don't count the time I had to make up for it at Del Taco, but yes, 4 total.
Right, taco substitution.
Yeah.
So we're both at 4. Do we want to have let's see who can game the system more for the next 26 days or however much time we have?
Yeah,
left?
how much we should figure out, because we signed up the same day, I think. Right?
We did.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, we probably ought to have some kind of contest.
This is a competition where really nobody wins.
Yeah, we're all losers, including the people at home. You all lose with this contest. All right, we'll figure it out. Guacmar, congratulations, but also thanks for being so nice and giving away your thing. Hey, Dunaway, how are you feeling? I guess we know how you're feeling, but how are you doing about shows and stuff? We got Film Sack this weekend. We did a great Play Retro on Monday. So much good content. You're streaming all the time. Tell people what you want to tell them.
I'm going to tell them to tune in tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be streaming some retro games, maybe some 7-Up Spot.
Oh, I wonder if that'll be part of our Monday slate. Interesting. Cool Spot, everybody. Cool Spot. Remember that dumb game about the 7-Up Spot that was actually a good video game, but it was like, advertising as hell? Well, we're going to talk about that and other games like it next week on Play Retro. Nice. Going to be really good. Brian Dunaway, everybody. Bye now. All right.
The Diablo chicken comes with a free vanilla shake to cool off your mouth after eating the Diablo chicken sandwich.
Really?
Yes.
Even more of a bad idea, but I think I want it.
I know, exactly. Oh, good. The breaded chicken sandwich not bad enough for you? How about a free shake?
I think I'm going. All right, let's take a break.
Know how it is.
When we come back, we're going to spend some time with Tom Merritt. And some Reccamentals after that. So all kinds of fun stuff. Stick around. Before that, though, a song break from Brian. What do you got?
Well, Iceworm is going to be super excited until he looks a little bit closer because we're playing a song from King Garbage. Not just Garbage, but King Garbage. This is a band that has a contemporary take on American soul. They've got a brand new single that they've released and a brand new video. This is all coming from their forthcoming album, which is called Heavy Metal Greasy Love, which is going to be released on April 1st via Ipecac Recordings. This is the first single from the album. It's called Busy on a Saturday Night. Here is King Garbage.
Speed. How can we get faster? How can we get quicker? I maybe cannot make you faster, but I can make you quicker.
You've been listening to Music for Old Invalids.
No, not the buttons! Not my gumdrop buttons!
Switching up some Fletcher stuff. Hey, that song once again was...
Sure, that's Busy on a Saturday Night at Ibbott's house by the band King Garbage from their upcoming album Heavy Metal Greasy Love, which comes out April 1st.
And is it really Ipecac Records?
Ipecac. Ipecac. It's that thing that you take. It's like a liquid you take to help throw up bad stuff.
Makes you barf. right?
Makes you barf. Like if you accidentally ingest something you shouldn't, you do Ipecac to help it.
I think that's funny that they named their band after that stuff. My parents or my mom gave me that when I was younger. I remember it, but
oh, it's Mike Patton's record label from "You Want It All, but You Can't." Faith No More. Mike Patton. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we like the Faith No More.
We like Faith No More. Yeah, Ipecac record label under Mike Patton.
That's pretty cool. I wonder if they have faith now.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
Well, they said no more, but I don't believe them. Speaking of somebody I do believe, though, a expert in the area of technology joins us on Wednesdays is Mr. Tom Merritt. Tom, welcome back to the show. How are you?
This is a public service announcement with guitars.
Oh, very nice.
Tom, would you cut it out with the ugly virtual backgrounds? I mean, come on. Enough is enough, man.
He's kidding. It's your natural background. It's lovely.
Right. I mean,
it's nice. He's got real. Look at him interact with it. It's interactable.
What is that? Is that a copy of Station 11? Where did you get that? I thought there was only one copy.
What the heck? You know what? Screw the metaverse. Tom is the metaverse. He's interacting with his virtual space. Oh,
I'm not even here.
That's amazing.
It's a bot.
Very cool.
So,
how are you?
What haven't you talked about regarding Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard?
Well, to be honest, most of what
does it mean for Clippy?
Most of the discussion. Well, Clippy is in charge now. I don't know if anyone knew that. No, I'm holding a lot of it back for both Core and the Instance this weekend. So we haven't had a ton of discussion on this show. We did some pre-show yesterday where we did some of the basics. But, it's all been big.
Scott made a video where I congratulate him. He accepted, if you can't beat him, join him, and did a YouTube screenshot thumbnail with a white border around him and a big eye-catching block letter title.
Asking a question. It's the thing.
Asking a question.
Yeah.
It's
and I hate to say it. I hate to say it. It actually worked. I got more views on that than you.
You got to play the game.
I guess so. I don't like playing the game, but I played it just on a fluke. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to do a dumb background. And I did it. And for some reason, went up in the algorithm. I don't know if it's YouTube. It's like looking for those and like putting them ahead of things. I don't know what that means, but it was very weird. But it's all been broad stroke stuff, Tom, on this show. Okay. So we can nitty gritty or do whatever you want. How are you feeling about that whole thing? It's a giant acquisition. It's no joke. That thing. It's big.
It's no joke. It's a big deal. And it's as Vice President Biden would have said, a big effing deal.
Yeah.
The take that I'm bringing to it is not so much about the size or the people. There was the Penny Arcade comic today is like Microsoft just realizes this is their world and they can just point and someone will join their team. And I think there's some truth in that, honestly, but it's not as big as some people think. Even remember, Microsoft is right now, because this acquisition won't happen probably until next year. Keep reminding yourself that they don't own them yet. Right now, the number 4 by game revenue. Number 4. They're behind Apple. It's Tencent by like 2 Sonys, then Sony, then Apple, then Microsoft. So when Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard, which I think they're down there at number 5 or 6, or probably number 6, then they go past Apple and get nearer to Sony. But Sony, you got to remember, by game revenue, still huge.
Yeah.
So this is Microsoft, I think, taking Xbox seriously, saying, look, we had to focus on enterprise for a long time. We've focused on Azure. I took a big cue from Satya Nadella's statement yesterday where he said, this is part of our strategy on cloud, content, and community. And I feel like this is the new clarion call of like, all right, we won cloud. They haven't won it yet, but they feel like, okay, we're good on cloud. We're cruising altitude on cloud. And so now we want to diversify away from that because we don't want to be too enterprise specific. So let's do something consumer facing. Gaming is a huge industry. We have a big leg up. We have cloud. Remember, Sony is a customer of Microsoft Azure for its cloud streaming.
Right.
So buying Activision Blizzard and ZeniMax before it and everything else, the 30 game studios they have, gives them leverage. they see the future. And honestly, I keep getting impressed by Satya Nadella because I wouldn't be too surprised if this was his strategy. They see the future as game streaming, as cloud gaming.
Mm-hmm.
They know that they have the early mover advantage with Game Pass. So now is the time to conquer platforms, to say, hey, Sony, it'd be a shame if Call of Duty was exclusive to Microsoft platforms, wouldn't it? I mean, that would hurt us, but I think it might hurt you more. Why don't you allow Xbox Game Pass on PlayStation? We'll maybe give you a break on Azure. Maybe we'll allow PlayStation Plus on PC. I don't know if we'll allow PlayStation Plus on the Xbox or not, but I kind of feel like that is the arena in which conversations are going to happen. I'm not saying all of the things Microsoft is asking for they'll get, but I feel like that is a big part of what's going on here.
Yeah, I think so. I think that is their ultimate end game, their future that they're counting on, and they're making this is a big bet in that direction. I think that it's crazy. The valuation, it's impossible for me not to go 68 point whatever billion, 0.7 I think, whatever it is. That number is just such a big ass number that it's impossible for me not to see how many Star Wars purchases that is, how many you mentioned it before, but how many Bethesda's that is, and like it's to me it's just this colossal number. And the biggest argument I get into people with it is where's the value in it, or where is there that much value in it? And I would say, well, you don't make deals like this unless you think you've got the value, number one. Number two, they may have gotten a little bit of a deal given the recent strife. Nobody knows for sure, but there's some stuff leaking around on a couple of sites. Wall Street Journal has a thing up about it. So, that'll pan out over time. But I think they maybe got a little bit of a deal, and even then it's worth this much money to Microsoft to buy them. But what are they actually getting? And people get annoyed when I remind them that the biggest moneymaker they're getting in this deal is King's Candy Crush. That thing is a monster of revenue compared to
Apple
everything
is the
else.
Number 3 game developer.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
You said it earlier. You said Apple's at number 3, and the world kind of gasps at that. And it's like, no.
Why do you think Tencent's at number 1?
Right.
It's
massive, and mobile is massive. And this is another thing: is Microsoft does two things there. One, they acquire an already incredibly profitable thing. King made more revenue than Blizzard did in the prior year, which is insane, but it's the truth. You may not like it. You may not like Candy Crush, but that's just the truth of it. Now, Microsoft also notoriously bad at getting into mobile. Like, they just haven't ever had any kind of grasp there, one that had stayed. And this gives them one immediately and room to grow. So I don't like to harp on it too much, but that is really the chief. It may not be the number one thing here, but it's a huge part of this acquisition, like it or not.
And it is not flashy, so it doesn't get as much attention. But that is really the spur towards cloud gaming, is realizing that everybody's playing on their phones. And the Exynos 2022 processor that Samsung finally announced yesterday shows that even the chip makers know, like, oh yeah, people are playing on their phones. They're going to want ray tracing on their phones because whether they're casting that phone to a big screen or not kind of doesn't matter. That's where the gaming is happening from casual on up. So that is the battleground. And if you have a cloud stream gaming service, you're much better positioned to win on phones than you would be if you didn't have one. And that's why Sony's kind of scrambling with PlayStation Plus to catch up, and Microsoft has some leverage both with Azure and now with 30 game studios and possible exclusivity to get ahead of Sony in that race. A couple of notes to what you said, Scott. According to the Wall Street Journal, the valuation of Activision Blizzard was based on sexual harassment allegations. They didn't get a discount. In fact, they overpaid. They said, look, we assume that this is a blip, especially if we acquire it, we'll be able to solve it and you'll come back to value. So we'll pay you on your value based on that, not on the current depressed value. But you're right, the Wall Street Journal also reporting that Microsoft kind of came to Bobby Kotick and said, I think we can solve a problem for you and your shareholders. The shareholders seemed amenable. Kotick and the shareholders are all flatly denying that to the Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal quotes them saying, like, you're wrong. Your timeline is wrong. That's not what's happening. Nobody's leaving. We haven't announced anything. But every Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, sources says Kotick leaves as soon as this is over, cashes out with $400 million worth of stock. He'll be fine. Don't worry about him, but he'll also be gone.
Yeah. Yeah, which is, I think that's both important. I know that people will see that as there's zero justice in that. We can't get into that today because there's no winning any of those arguments. But from a pure business transaction, I like the idea that they, golden parachute or not, that he'll be shuffling on after this. That'll be important to people who want to see Blizzard in particular come back with a roaring, with roaring potential. And I think that's an important step in that direction. It's not going to be perfect for anybody. It's also really impossible for people to hear us talk about mobile in this way and not cringe. I know who you are. You're core gamers like me. I know how it feels. We don't like to be told that all our favorite, cool, high-fidelity ways of doing things are being usurped by mobile, or that mobile is something so big that actually exceeds what we think is gaming. I know it's hard to hear. I don't like it either, but it's true. So accept it.
Yeah, and you can yell and scream all you want. The person playing solitaire over there won't hear you.
No, he won't. He will not hear you because he's deaf. No, he actually just isn't listening.
No, he's hoping to get that win percentage up to 95.7%.
That's right. Well, anyway, I'm cautiously. I keep using the term. It's such a tropey thing to say, but I'm cautiously optimistic about this acquisition, given Microsoft's recent handling of these sorts of things. For me, it started with Minecraft. They treated that really well, have done nothing but shore it up, make it better, give players what they wanted. They didn't turn it into something players didn't want. I think they know that. I think Phil Spencer is a gamer at heart. I think he knows that. I think it's important to them to try to do right by players during all of this transition, and that includes possibly just not caring about some exclusivity. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about what they're going to do with the Bethesda IPs, and none of that is set yet. They haven't said for sure what exclusivity they'll keep and what they won't. But I don't know that they care. I think they just want to have their stuff everywhere and having all of us paying that monthly fee to play wherever we're at. So
yeah,
I think the console wars don't exist.
I think you're right. Microsoft's end game here is like cross-platform compatibility, no exclusivity at all. You can play all of our games on every platform through Xbox Cloud Game Pass name.
Yeah, I really do think that's where this is supposed to be headed. So
or whatever it's called.
And everybody, there've been some people yesterday were like, well, what about the Mac? Blizzard games on the Mac? And I'm like, you think they're going to stop? They barely do it now. Like the last game that was Mac compatible was Diablo 3 in 2012. Do you know how many years ago that was? Like, yes, they have games they maintain for it, but nothing new has happened. Overwatch came out not. They've already said Diablo 4 will not support Macs. Mac gamers, I know you exist. I'm one of you, but they're not.
It ain't so, Scott. Say it ain't so.
They're not going to swoop in and go, I'm sorry, Diablo 3 no longer works on the Mac.
You know what does work on the Mac? Game Pass from Microsoft.
Pass. That's right. Use it in your browser. Is it an old MacBook from 20 years ago? Doesn't matter. Right. You've got a browser.
You don't even have to spend thousands of dollars on a brand new Mac. Our Microsoft's Game Pass. That's the pitch.
Yeah.
And granted, if you're a serious, like I want to maximize my gaming, that doesn't play with you. But in that case, were you buying a Mac anyway?
Yeah. Also, does it play with you?
For gaming, I mean?
Right. And even the idea of stream games, that doesn't play with you now, but it may one day. There's a lot of things that didn't play with us 10 years ago, but now we're doing it. We're all fine with it. Yeah. So I don't know. I think they're being really smart about it. It's a lot of money. Maybe not for them, it's not a lot of money. I don't know. They have deep pockets, but it really shook things up. It's been a hell of a week. As a result of that news, and lots more content coming, of course, from not only things on the Frog Pants Network, but, of course, Daily Tech News Show. Covered it yesterday, and we'll talk some more today, I'm sure. Tom, is there anything else that you would like to mention today?
No, just the Free Tom newsletter is back in swing after a short holiday break. So if you'd like an email from me just telling you what's up, I was talking about my roof last week's, but more often than not, I'm talking about technology news or sci-fi and fantasy stuff. You can get that at freetomnewsletter.com and email me in response, and we can have a little convo.
Tom answers. He does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's answers. Yeah, it's me or Brian Brushwood. You don't want to try to email and get a quick answer from. It's not going to be great. Anyway, Tom Merritt, everybody. Ace Detect on Twitter. We'll see you later. Oh, he saluted us. Did you see that?
He did. I feel seen. I feel seen and recognized.
Recognized, honored, maybe honored. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, not so much. All right. Let's get our old pal Randy Deluxe in here. Randy Deluxe. I couldn't pronounce his name for a second there. I don't know why. It's no stroke. It's just me not talking very well. Let's get him in here. Let's see what we can do. It's time for Reccamentals, everybody, with our good pal Randy Jordan, a.k.a. Randy Deluxe. Randy, welcome to the show.
Good morning stream. How
That's
you doing?
right. We're doing pretty good. Full disclosure, Randy has no opinion today on the acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft. We're not talking about it, okay? We're not doing it.
He actually hasn't even heard about it yet.
He hasn't
what's
been
this?
informed. What's this you're talking about?
This appearance by me on the morning stream contains certain forward-looking statements with the meaning of safe harbor provisions of the United States Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995 with respect to I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was good.
Let's go.
That was really good. I was afraid you were going to do the Graham Pacer physical test thing or whatever.
No, I want to say one thing that has nothing to do with all of that subject. It has to do with the media. Why can't we say 69 billion? It's 69 billion. And from the very first reports, everybody is reporting 70 billion. Come on.
Yeah,
guys.
no, I was going to do a
69.
post about this yesterday, but I felt like I was being petty. So this is a good place to do it. I don't like that either, because when you say, oh, it's close to 70 billion, this isn't the same as saying I have $7, but really it's $6.70. That's okay to round up. When you're in the billions, you're going to round up $2 billion? Like, that's insane to me. It sounds insane to hear that, but whatever.
It's 68.7 equals 69 if you're going to round. And why are we so afraid to say 69? You sad journalists.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think we know why.
I'm here to talk about things that are on streaming, and it's been.
Let's do that.
I just want to point out, guys, it has been such an incredible autumn and winter for new streaming. I mean, it's been insane. I can't get over how many things we talk about every week that we don't end up talking about on the morning stream.
Yeah.
Like that we saw, and it was real good, but it wasn't like the number one thing we want to talk about this week. You know, it's incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
And our list, Tina and I maintain a list and a shared note, and we keep adding to it, and we're not taking things off the list as quickly as we're adding things to it.
Oh yeah. My list goes forever. Somewhere in there's Loki. I got a problem.
Whatever.
I got a problem.
Whatever, Loki.
I'm gonna.
Parasite,
can I binge? Can I binge Loki in one night? Can it happen? Do you think?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Sure. How long is the night? I mean, a night technically is like 12 hours from 6
Let's say I
6 a.m.
Let's say I started at 5 p.m. on a Friday. When would I be done?
You'll be done by 11 or 7:30 midnight. You'll be done.
That's all.
But you'll feel so much better for it. Yeah.
I didn't know it was only that. I could do that. All right.
What's 11, 12 episodes? How many episodes?
10. 10, isn't it? I think it's 10. No.
I'm confirming with the person upstairs. Hold on. He says that there are
8.
Where the hell is it? 8 episodes. He says there are 8 episodes, so 4 hours. You'll be done by 9:30.
All right.
And I'd like to point out, you could also binge the records
6
suitable
episodes.
for framing.
What are you talking about? 6 episodes of Loki. You'll be done by 8:30.
Oh.
If you take a break to pee.
Why is the chat sure it's 8? I don't know why
Because the chat is wrong, as they most often are. 6 episodes of Loki.
Okay, 6 hours of Loki, basically. 5 hours. 5.
Actually, but they are 42 to 54 minutes. So I'm gonna go back up to 11 o'clock with pee breaks.
With pee breaks. All right, good.
Yes.
Well, all right. Let's get started then. Brian, you have 2 of these here. Let's start with your first. You want to describe this before I play it?
This is brand new on streaming services, and the pedigree between actors and directors just speaks for itself. This is something that is... and
I just want to say again, what I'm talking about. How are we getting this level? Right?
It's an embarrassment of riches, Randy. It's an embarrassment of riches.
Right. Well, this was released to theaters first. This isn't like something this isn't something that was made just for streaming. This went to theaters and now is available on streaming.
Yeah. Which is true of a lot of stuff right now.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They kind of had to with this one, if it's the one I think it is, because it tanked in theaters. It did not do well, but it should have, and we'll probably find out why from Brian here shortly. So I'm going to hit play.
That's right.
And see what we got.
When you were gone, there was a day when your mother had business in St. Pierre.
Yes.
She took the servants with her on her errand and I was left alone.
Did she not leave Alice? I told her in no uncertain terms.
She took all the servants. Shortly after, a man came, unannounced. I knew the man, so I let him in. But he was not alone. He attacked me. He pinned me down. I protested. I screamed, I cried out as best I could, but there was no one near. I was overpowered. There was nothing I could do.
Who? Who did this? Who?
Jacques Legris.
Hey, it's
Jacques Legris.
It's Ray's mother there, right?
It is Ray's mother. She's also Killing Eve. What else? She's Free Guy, the love interest in Free Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Jodie Comer as Marguerite de Carouge. And talking to her husband, Matt Damon, Sir Jean de Carouge, who can't... The only complaint I have about this film is Matt Damon's inability to keep an accent throughout the whole thing.
It's a weird pick, isn't it, having him?
It is a weird pick, but he does everything, like everything else about his character is... Everything else about his acting in this role is so good. This is The Last Duel. Stars Matt Damon, Jodie Comer, who you just heard there. Also stars Adam Driver as Jacques Legris, the man that Jodie Comer is talking about. Ben Affleck is in this as Count Pierre d'Alençon. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna try and butcher as much French as I possibly can.
He looks like Justin Bieber's uncle or something like that. He just looks weird.
Yeah,
it's a weird
Ben
look.
Affleck, blonde hair with a chin beard, and it's just such a weird look for Ben Affleck. This is directed by Ridley Scott, and it's done as 3 chapters of a story, and you're seeing the story from Matt Damon's side, you're seeing the story from Adam Driver's side, and you're seeing the story from Jodie Comer's side. The same, like 3 perspectives on the same story, and so it's kind of like a he said, she said kind of thing, which is a really clever way of presenting this story. You kind of hear what the central conflict at the center of this story is, and it's Jodie Comer's character getting attacked by Adam Driver, and it leads to the last duel. Basically, this comes in the very first seconds of the film, so I'm not giving anything away, but a then outdated form of resolving a dispute by having a duel to the death, because God will make sure that the person who is right and who's being truthful will be the person who survives the duel.
Yep. I also saw Firefly 17 times. I know this little motif very, very well.
Yeah, very common.
Yeah. Anyway, this is it's really good. It takes place in medieval France, 1300s France, and the acting, the cinematography, as you'd expect from this cast, is really, really good. The story's great. It's getting some great reviews. It's got like an 88% or 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.3%.
And I don't think you've said it out loud yet, but written by Matt Damon, right?
Oh, is that true?
Oh, is it really?
I did not
know. Screenplay.
Yeah, and he and his life partner Ben Affleck were on the Tonight Show back in October. And they were, like Jimmy Fallon was like hitting them, like, why don't you guys write together anymore? Like, that was supposed to be a thing in your careers, and you didn't ever write anything together after Good Will Hunting. And it was kind of awkward, they don't really have a good answer to that. You get the impression that Matt Damon is just a better writer and likes writing more than Ben Affleck does.
The chief credit went to some lady named Nicole Holofcener. Yeah.
And that's the screenplay. Screenplay was written by Nicole, Ben Affleck, and Matt Damon. The book is a 2004 book called The Last Duel, A True Story of Trial by Combat in Medieval France by Eric Jagger. So it's based on a book. I forgot to say, this is based on a true story, which is even crazier when you see the way this thing is presented. It is really, really good. It's Ridley Scott, and for the most part, Ridley Scott hits on all cylinders, and in this case, he does as well.
For the most part.
Yeah,
For the
listen,
most part,
I maintain this. Randy had a little, we had a little to do in our text earlier, but I maintain there's not a single bad Ridley Scott movie. There are movies that aren't as good as his best, but I don't think he's made I think even G.I. Jane is fine. It's fine.
Oh, fine.
But
That's a good,
but there's
glowing review.
It's it's better than most, is what I'm saying. I think Ridley Scott is a freaking genius, and I love him. I'm biased.
A friend of mine reviewed this movie and called it the best Ridley Scott film in 40 years. And I was trying to figure out what is he referring to from 40 years ago. And then I tried to imagine what he's jumping over, like what he's saying, not as good as this, which is just. It's a huge statement. It's too much. I can't take that.
It's a little too much.
Praise.
And if you get a second, this is my one. I get to do this every once in a while. If you haven't seen it, find the director's cut. The director's cut, okay, of Kingdom of Heaven. One of the most amazing films you'll ever see. Don't see the theatrical release. That was effed up by the studio. Mm-hmm. See his director's cut version of that. Amazing. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can actually watch it all in one night.
Yeah, it's long. It's like 4 hours, but it's still worth doing.
Don't forget that Prometheus and Covenant were both directed by Ridley Scott.
And I love them. Do
you love them?
Unapologetically.
Okay, right.
I've told you this before. I don't have any problem with those two movies. I love those movies.
Black Rain.
I don't remember seeing. I may not have seen Black Rain. Remind me, Black Rain. What is Black Rain?
It's Michael. Michael, what's his face? Married to Catherine Zeta-Jones. Michael
Douglas.
Douglas, thank you. He plays a Japanese cop on the edge, catching Yakuza. Or no, I guess he's an NYPD officer who's like going after the Yakuza in New York.
But look at this cast. You got your Michael Douglas, Andy Garcia, Kate Capshaw, John Spencer, Luis Guzman, Stephen Root.
Look at Bonfire of the Vanities. That had a great cast too.
Who directed that? What I'm saying is
not Ridley Scott.
Yeah, the only one of his movies that I kind of didn't like while I was watching it was that Gerard Depardieu Columbus thing. What was that called?
1492.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at how audiences reacted, like Hannibal wasn't that great a movie.
Boo! I loved Hannibal. Keep going.
What's his beak? Robin Hood. What's his name? Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe's.
Oh,
Robin
I still
Hood.
haven't seen that one. Is that just bad or is it okay?
But look at this cast: Kate Blanchett, William Hurt, Mark Strong, Oscar Isaac.
Dude,
Dave
cast
Huston,
makes a big
Max von
difference.
Sydow.
Like, I would argue that I saw your recommendation for Don't Look Up, and while I really like Don't Look Up, I think it hinges on those performances. I think cast matter.
Yeah,
totally matters. So
I want to talk about Don't Look Up a little bit more with my recommendal.
Well, you are.
All right,
okay.
so we'll save it.
All right, we'll save it.
Right, so
Brian,
anyway,
tell us about number 2
Last
here.
Duel.
Yeah.
Last Duel, HBO Max. Definitely worth checking out. Really, really good.
Yeah, bunch of drama behind the scenes about them going to theaters and then having it not advertised really poorly and all that.
It was. I mean, we saw trailers for this thing forever, and it kept saying coming soon. We're like, oh yeah, let's go see that. And then by the time it came out, it was gone like in 2 weeks. During the pandemic, of course, a lot of theaters were still closed at that point, and just had a hard time getting any sort of traction in theaters. So hopefully, does better with word of mouth and it won't make any money or as much money on streaming as it would in theaters, but hopefully it gets some recognition.
Yep. All right, give us number 2.
All right, number 2 is an older movie. I was reminded of this because of my recent recommendal of Voir, the series on Netflix about movie genres and styles. One of the episodes is all about revenge films, and it reminded me that I'd never seen this and that I've always wanted to. I watched the remake, but I still watched
and I hope it reminded you of why we're probably never going to sack it, right? Like,
well, I think we should sack the original, but we can talk about that on the other side of this.
All right, here it is.
I will put a bullet through my brain and you can watch. Answer 2 questions. 1, who am I? And 2, why did I imprison you for 20 years? If you provide satisfactory answers to both of these questions in a little more than 46 hours from now, you win. Refusal of the challenge brings the same result as failure. You stay a fugitive from justice. You get no reward, no closure, and I kill your daughter.
No idea.
I love that Claire in the chat was complaining about the accent. That was Charlton Copley, wasn't
exactly. From District 9, Charlton Copley, or as Scott will pronounce Charlito Coperman.
Chopper Coperly.
Oh yeah, Chopra. That's right. You do go into kind of a Chopra deep rock or something like that.
Deep rock or deep rock galactic. I don't know what it is. It's a weird name.
Charlton Copley, who is kind of the main bad guy in this thing, whereas everybody else is MCU, right? You've got Thanos hooking up with Scarlet Witch while getting the crap beat out of him from Nick Fury.
What's the movie? What's this called?
The movie is called Old Boy, Oldboy. This is a remake, a 2013 remake of a 2003 Korean film, I believe. I think we should.
I'm looking at the old one here. It is Korean. You're right.
The original is the one I think that should get sacked because it's a classic. Like, of the two, it is the better one, but it's still widely regarded for its innovations, maybe, or the over and above violence that kind of made it a recognized success. This one tones down some of that violence. It's got some other violence in it that's pretty hard to watch, but like a torture scene with Samuel L. Jackson that is,
He can do those. I don't like it when he's evil. It really throws me.
Boy, is he evil in this one. And it was almost my clip, and then I realized that it would take me 2 hours just to edit out all the F-bombs in it.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
But, this is regarded as the lesser of the old boys, but it's still good. Lance Reddick, Josh Brolin, Elizabeth Olsen, as I mentioned.
Oh, this is the one where Thanos and Scarlet Witch get it on. They're like naked.
Oh, I
and
wish I
doing
would
it.
have mentioned that. Shoot.
Did you say that earlier? Did you say they were naked?
Like verbatim, I said that.
You didn't say they were naked. Did you say they were naked?
No, well, I didn't say they were naked.
No,
but
you said they
are.
were in the movie, and I said
no. I said you can watch Thanos hook up with Scarlet Witch.
No,
while getting the crap beat out of him by
but
Nick
that can
Fury.
mean a lot of things in movies. I'm saying, like, I heard there's like first time for Elizabeth Olsen, like major full frontal, like going for it.
There is. If you've ever wanted to see, if you wanted to get your WandaVision on, then this is the movie for you.
Okay, all right.
And while we're talking about directors who have been consistently good, I mean, we gotta give it to Spike Lee. I can't get over how this guy made great.
Right. Again, I forget to
movies.
mention this is a Spike Lee joint. Yeah.
Yeah. 35 years ago, he was making just truly great movies, and he's still doing it. Right. Like, he's recently had Black KKK Landsman and Five Bloods, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like this movie is only like 8 years old or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
His best
2013. Yeah, this is 9 years old. Yeah.
Oh, it's that old? I didn't know that. I thought this was newer. So who's what's that one he did about the bank robbery? That's an amazing movie.
Inside Man, which is so good.
So good, man. Oh.
And that's more recent. That was what, 2018, 2019?
Oh, was it? I don't remember.
Like
Yeah. I'll look it up.
This is streaming on Netflix. It didn't do well in the box office, and was probably it's considered, well, it is one of the worst box office performances of Spike Lee's directing career. It's good, and it's probably going to make, like me, it's going to make you want to watch the original. Oh no, Inside Man was 2006.
Yeah, it's old.
I thought it was more recent than that.
No, 06.
Oh,
yeah.
I must be thinking of something else then.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, but well, in the larger scheme of things. But that's such a good movie. It's so good.
Another like little funny, interesting thing about Old Boy is that it was the screenplay, which you have to imagine there was some language adaptation in addition to just straight up screenplay writing. The screenplay was by Mark Protasevich. This is the guy who wrote The Cell. Remember that movie?
Oh yeah.
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, The Cell. He wrote The Cell. He wrote the screenplay for Will Smith's I Am Legend. He's an interesting writer to me, and so I'm glad to hear from you that you found the movie was understandable.
Yeah, I liked it. I'd like, I really, like I said, I really want to see the original. This, I guess I can't say that I think the original is more sackable because I haven't seen it, but it's well known for that one long unbroken take scene of the main character going down a hallway, like basically Karate Champ arcade game style with a hammer, taking out thug after thug after thug after thug. Just a long 8-minute scene of this guy going getting attacked by a bunch of guys, but taking them all out with a hammer. Anyway,
it's just for the record, they're currently not streaming anywhere, so I was trying to see if we could find it.
The original, I know.
Yeah.
That's if both of them were streaming, I would have absolutely watched the original. Okay. Because everywhere you see it, it says it's the better of the film. But this version is, or the remake is good. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good. Yeah. Excellent.
Boy, don't do an
image.
It's
not a huge, it's not the glowing Reccametal, but it's good, and I enjoyed aspects of it.
Yeah. Careful doing an image search at work, everybody. Just so you know.
On what, Elizabeth Olsen, Old Boy?
Yeah, I just looked up Old Boy to get some screenshots, and boy howdy, are they getting it on, like you said earlier.
Oh, really? So the image search features all the Elizabeth Olsen stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a good one to compare Google image search to Bing image search, so I'm going to do that.
Oh, boy. I don't know if I'd go there.
Wow, I'm looking at it. I see a lot of violent shots, but I've scrolled down and I have not seen, and I don't have safe search on. I have not seen any.
Yeah, I just did Old Boy, and then I put in Elizabeth Olsen. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. If you have safe search off, whoo. All right. Well, good for her, and good luck to her. All right. Yeah. Here is my. Oh, where did you say that was streaming? I don't know if you said
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay, cool. I watched a couple of things and didn't like them, so. I'm going to recommend something that's old because I do like this. And I sat down with my wife and my daughter and we decided to watch this together. And while Carter ended up having plot hole problems with it, I was reminded why it's one of my favorite John Hughes movies. So I'm going to play a clip and you guys can decide which one it is.
Let him go. Why don't you do something right for once in your life?
I'll never forget it. It's worthless. You can't talk to him.
What do you want?
You know what I want.
Okay, you want me back? I'm back.
Come on, it's not that easy. You're gonna have to convince me. I want you to beg.
Let him go.
Come on, you're a beggar. Beg.
Oh. Bastard.
You're gonna have to beg. I don't think it's gonna be necessary. No, I didn't know Jen's lived in a hen house. Did you know that? Jeez. Must be a hen house because I don't see nothing but chicken shit.
I don't want any trouble with you, all right? My parents are going to be home in a little while. You leave now and we'll forget everything.
All right, man, let's just cut the bullshit, all right? Please? I'm here to wipe the floor with your ass, and you know it, and everybody knows it, and you deserve it.
All right. Guesses?
That's a great scene. It's Some Kind of Wonderful.
Yep.
John Hughes.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Wrong side. It's where he remade his Pretty in Pink.
Kinda.
With new actors.
Kinda, yeah. Like it's not that. It's definitely in that vein, right? Like it's
a little bit.
pulled right from it.
Yeah. Not.
Yeah.
That's pinning down a movie that I really, really love into a.
Yeah.
Well, and this is
because I really do love this movie.
Yeah.
This is the dead center of the baby boom generation of filmmakers trying to aim right at the heart of Gen X.
Yeah.
And it's like 1987. It's, like the cast is, at least they're trying to make them appear they're the same age as you were in 1987 and so on. Like just everything about it is pandering. That's what I'm saying. Like I can imagine that Carter's complaints are that the movie isn't pandering to her.
No, I don't think that's it. Her problem was the love triangle and how it all sort of panned out. Like the him ending up with Mary Stuart Masterson at the end, it just seemed unlikely, really, really unlikely to her.
Sure, yeah.
And it kind of bugged her.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
But I
She
really liked it.
wanted the Pretty in Pink ending. She wanted Molly Ringwald to end up with Blaine.
I mean, I don't know. We ended up watching that too the same night.
Really?
Yeah,
wow! What a weird back to back.
We went a little nutty on the John Hughes movies, but while this isn't my favorite John Hughes movie, that goes to Breakfast Club. This is one of my guilty pleasures. I really like it. I feel like nobody got us the way John Hughes got us for that age range. When I watch, for example, Breakfast Club, it feels documentarian to me. It feels like my time in high school. And that's also when I saw it. I saw it when I was 15, and I remember thinking, this is our anthem. And as it turns out, that movie, as we've talked about on Film Sec and other places, holds up kind of across the board no matter who you are. My kids love Breakfast Club. My mom loves Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club has a multi-generational sort of arc to it.
Well, and that's not the only movie that you're talking about. Like you ask people what their favorite John Hughes movie is, you're going to get Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right? Fantastic movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
You're going to get Planes, Trains. You're going to get what's the one with John Candy? No, that is Planes, Trains.
Uncle Buck.
Yeah. Uncle Buck. Thank you.
That's a lot of them of John.
Yeah,
Candy.
he's a few of them in there. But here's the thing: like I kind of agree with that, but I kind of disagree with it. And here's what I'd say: I really like Ferris Bueller a lot, but Ferris Bueller was that guy I wasn't in high school. The kids in detention on Breakfast Club, that was who I was. I was a combination of some of those people, and so that one just spoke to me in like a really true way. Whereas this Ferris Bueller guy who could just do anything he wanted anytime he wanted was like a nice fantasy, but it just didn't match.
You know that other kinds of people exist, right? And that they like grew up maybe in a city and that kind of thing, right? You know that like there's a reason for other people thinking Ferris Bueller is his best movie.
Yeah,
right?
but also there's this creepy thing where the library in where they all spend all their time in Breakfast Club is almost exactly like the one in my high school. So it's like this multi-level carpeted thing. And so it was weird visually to see that and know that it felt so familiar. But also I spent time in detention in high school for dumb reasons. And
there's a difference between having a character that is the one you want to be, like Ferris Bueller, and then the character that you are, like the characters in Breakfast Club and Some Kind of Wonderful and Pretty in Pink.
Yeah, basically that's it. So I relate to that more. Some Kind of Wonderful is a little bit closer to that thing that happens in Breakfast Club, and I really like it. I think it's heartfelt and fun. I think Eric Stoltz is underrated. I think the music of the time is really represented here, and there's tons of like new wave, and it's a great soundtrack.
Yeah,
and the guy that plays the gang leader dude that he spends time with in detention becomes friends with,
Elias Codius.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Today, like in stuff he's in now. He's
still
amazing.
Great in everything, yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. So anyway, that's what I watched. This was on HBO Max, looks like.
HBO Max has everything.
Yeah, they kind of have everything right now. And we went down a bit of a rabbit hole, and I'm really glad we got to finally show that one to Carter, but it was very good. And I don't know, sweet and from my youth. So I appreciate it. All right, Randy, you got the final word here. I got a clip here. Do you got any setup for this? What do you got?
It's a short clip because what I am recommending this week is X-rated. Like I don't want to push around and say it's hard R. This is NC-17. This is X-rated, and that is kind of the reason why there's a debate right now. There's a debate about whether you should watch this. Mm-hmm. Like there are people saying I'm not going to watch that because it's so full of swears and nudity and violence. The violence is unbelievable.
I can't wait to Google image search this one.
Yeah. It's a short clip because I had a hard time finding. Something I wouldn't have to do a bunch of bleeps on, and I just didn't feel like bleeping it. So the short clip.
All right, here we go.
I thought you were in prison for life. How did you get out anyway?
I work for the government, okay?
Post office?
Dude, I kill people for him, okay?
Ah, sick.
I used to think God put me here for peace. Now I said I didn't care how many people I needed to torture or kill to get it, but I don't know, I'm having feelings about things.
That is John Cena, who has risen up to the pinnacle of his career at this point. He is just really like firing on all cylinders. And he is talking to the actor who played McLaggen in Harry Potter and is now his wannabe sidekick, wannabe best friend, vigilante, but is having a really hard time connecting with him.
I've heard nothing but
how is this X-rated? This is really X-rated. I know it's a series on.
I wouldn't call it X-rated. That's probably
the
R.
third episode has a shot of a woman spreading open her labia.
Whoa!
Like, it is.
Oh, wow!
It is. It is. He is nude in huge swaths of this show, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. This is a guy who looks freaking fantastic and has spent his career in little tiny tights, right? Yeah. So like you can understand he's comfortable with nudity, but man, the whole second episode he's just nude the whole time.
Like, okay, that's great.
And the violence is as over the top as they can get away with. Like it's like how do you go more violent than violent, right? It's that, you know.
Sure.
But the point, all of that NC-17 stuff is in service of comedy, and I feel like Peacemaker really hits it. Like James Gunn really knows how to make you laugh.
Yeah, no, he's full on showrunner here. Is he just like starting the thing off and handing over the keys, or what's the deal? Is he?
Well, we don't really know exactly yet, but it looks like he's going to be full creative control, at least for the first season. Okay. Hopefully there's more seasons, and hopefully it carries on to other things. Like it's that example that we were talking about with Army of the Dead, of where before Army of the Dead even came out, the filmmakers and other people who knew about the whole thing pointed at this one character and said, we need more of him, and started making more about that one character. In that case, it was like that Gunter guy, right? Mm-hmm. Peacemaker comes from the movie, from the Suicide Squad movie, and like you could just tell, like when he first appears on the screen in that movie, you're just like, oh, they've got more to tell you about this guy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, here it is.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it. I didn't realize it was so explicit, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
And there are, like I say, there's just a debate. There are people who, like critics, who jumped up and said, I watched I started screening this movie, this show like weeks ago when it was sent to me, and I'm not going to continue. I can't abide by this. Mm-hmm. It's got a pretty stark political message, and that's why I wanted to talk about Don't Look Up, because Don't Look Up has a very stark political message, but it's part of the whole movie, right? The whole point of Don't Look Up is that you're supposed to see the current political landscape, right, in this movie, and see how there's a certain like aspect of the landscape that's going to lead to our doom, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's like it's all throughout, whereas Peacemaker has it way more blatant, right? The fascists are fascists, the racists are racist, the misogynists are misogynists. Every one of them is T-1000. What's his name? T-1000?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick is all of those things.
Yeah. I love him at his current age. I love the things he's in. There's something about crusty Robert Patrick that really does it for me.
I don't know. Did they make him look bad for Peacemaker? I need somebody to watch it and tell me, like, if Robert Patrick really looks this like old and grizzled and like full of like scars and like or maybe they're making him look this way, but
he looked a lot like that in that Perry Mason thing that was on. He looked real old in that.
All right.
But,
all right.
Yeah.
Really strong supporting cast. The Peacemaker himself is surrounded by a whole team of people who are his handlers, basically. Mm-hmm. And the show is as much about them and what they're trying to do as anything. And like I say, just absolutely love every one of those. Lots of like straight man comic relief stuff in that.
Got Steve Agee in there, right? Coming back from the movie. Isn't he in there?
Yes, he is in there. I think most of them like Danielle Brooks is the character of interest here in that group, because she's in the movie, and she's she's also got her like outside relationship with her wife, and but like I say, this is a show that beats you over the head with its political message, and that's another reason why I say there's people who just absolutely hate it, like the people who saw Don't Look Up and were like, no, that movie is making fun of me and I don't like it. Peacemaker is the same thing. There's a whole faction out there that this show is punching in the nose, and they don't like it.
Would you put this would you compare it to, say, The Boys? Is probably a good comparison, right? That's pretty violent.
Good comparison.
Okay.
It could have been in the same universe and made by the same people. Like they could have a crossover if they really wanted.
It feels like James, or sorry, who's the director? My brain just went dead.
James Gunn.
James Gunn. It sounds like James Gunn is like almost purging his baser instincts with this whole Suicide Squad run and Peacemaker, so that when he gets back to Guardians 3, he can do a little more of the PG-13 life. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I get it, but at the same time, I don't know if I would let James Gunn do Marvel anymore.
He's doing it. He's signed up in pre-production now, so it's happening.
Like DC desperately needs more of this. And if I was DC, if I was what's the company? Universal.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I would lock this guy down. I would throw as much money as it takes to make James Gunn your creative head of DC movies, DC movies and TV, because this is precisely what DC needs to be doing. I mean, in every one of its properties, right? Like James Gunn could save Wonder Woman. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, I mean, I think he's really creative and smart, but yeah, he's off back to Marvel, so at least for now, for his next movie. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, hey, I'm fine with him having doing double duty and producing stuff for both places, because his stuff, I've enjoyed his DC work more than any other DC thing.
Yeah,
and speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, once again, James Gunn's team has found a way to infuse Peacemaker with music, like actual music, not music made for the show, but music that they've gone and picked from great recording artists. And it is not like Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was a very specific band of like 70s rock and pop, right? This is very different. This is very, very, very different. This is like 2010s college radio stuff. It's fascinating. Like I highly recommend that you listen to like bring out Shazam on your phone while you're watching this show and check out what all the different music artists that you're hearing.
That's what I'm hearing some great music stuff. Yeah, this will be one that I get to watch on my own terms without Tina. She has no interest. She did not enjoy Suicide Squad, either of the Suicide Squads. So I get to watch this at whatever my own pace is.
And I'm guessing she also didn't like The Boys, or
she didn't even watch The Boys because I knew she wouldn't care for The Boys.
Yeah,
it also reminded me of Invincible from last year.
Yeah, for sure. All that same kind of dark side to the superhero thing that isn't all
the
polished.
subversive stuff
with a huge dollop of comedy. Right? Like that's the thing. Like I can't overstate how funny this show is. And again, like if you're the target of the comedy, you're not going to like it. And that's a shame, Well,
it seems less cynical than The Boys, and that's probably good, because I really could use less cynicism at the moment.
Also, filmed in Vancouver during the pandemic, so there's a lot of this like Vancouver city streets with no one on them, right? Because they've closed it off, and you're
sure.
And it's really, really cool. They're hitting landmarks around like Richmond and Surrey and all around the city, and it's just
I keep
really
hearing
it's
the
a
intro.
good-looking show.
I keep hearing the intro is crazy great, like them all dancing like a big dance number or something.
Okay, yes, and that's a thing. Like they've put out 3 episodes, and the 3 episodes all have the same intro, but you're already starting to see the cracks in that, and I'm like, are they going to have a different intro at some point, like as characters sort of come and go? Because like I don't want to spoil that, but like every character in the show is in the intro. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's weird. Yeah. So like
maybe they'll tweak it. They'll tweak it as the story goes along. I don't know.
I hope so. I hope that's what they're gonna do, and they're not just gonna hit us with the same intro every time. The intro is wild, and it's like, it's one of the few examples of I'm not touching the skip intro button on this one.
Yeah, it looks pretty nuts, and the eagle's cracking me up. I know he's a CG eagle, but I've heard good things about the eagle.
Thank you for bringing up Eagly. I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Eagly is Peacemaker's best friend and his his companion, his familiar.
Yeah.
And Eagly Eagly is one of the stars of this show, and it's so wonderful that they have a HBO. It's an HBO joint, right? So they have a companion podcast. The companion podcast is called Podly.
Oh, adorable.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Oh,
That's
Eagly
great.
and Podly.
It cracked me up. Somebody on Twitter asked James Gunn if his brother, what's his name? Gunn, the one that always does body doubling for Rocket and
yeah, right.
Peter Gunn.
No, it's not Peter Gunn.
Tim Gunn.
Tim Gunn. There you go. No, it's not Tim Gunn. That's not it. I can't think of it. Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn. Yeah.
The guy that played Kirk on Gilmore Girls. Anyway, somebody had asked him, is he the stand-in for the Eagle since he uses him for all this stuff? He was that rat thing or vermin thing in the last one, or in the Suicide Squad. I can't remember the name of the damn character. Anyway, but he's always using his brother as a stand-in for these CG characters, and he said, no. I don't even know. He goes, I don't even know how that would work. He goes, how would that even work, having him do that? And he probably makes a good point. All right. Well, I was really planning on seeing this anyway. Is it done yet, or they're still?
We've got 3 episodes in.
Yeah, we're 3 episodes in.
Okay.
There's a lot more to come. They're pushing them out every week, and that's okay. This isn't one that you absolutely need to wait and binge. You can watch it every week.
Okay. All right. I mean, Station 11, I found to be the most bingeable thing I've ever seen in a long time. And
we have 2 episodes left of that. Oh, it's so good.
Isn't it great?
It is great.
So
it really is good.
Everyone is so good in it. That little girl, was I wrong? She's amazing.
Oh, she is amazing. Like Tina and I are both saying, God, she needs to be in everything. And if they were going to redo Some Kind of Wonderful, that Mackenzie Davis would be the drummer.
100%. Yeah, that's what she reminds me of.
Yeah,
that's too funny. That show's so good.
It's so
all right. Well, there's your Reccametals for the day. Now, here's the fun part. If you didn't catch any of this stuff, you can check out Randy's thing over there. His what's it called? His Twitter account, Twitter post.
Yep,
so he'll put that up at Randy Deluxe, and he'll stick it up on the TMS. What is it? QuickTMS.ly.
Quick TMS. It's already up there. QuickTMS.li.
Yeah, it's up there now.
Quick TMS.ly.
Yeah, TMS.ly. It's also linked on the website. Right. So if you need it, go get it. Randy, anything else you'd like to say?
Nope. Looking forward to the Max Payne-iness with you guys and on FilmSec.
Yeah.
Max Payne, baby. Coming up fast. That'll be this weekend. Marky Mark doing the slow-mo bullet time. Can't wait. Randy Deluxe, a.k.a. Randy Jordan. Have a good one. We'll see you soon.
I just want
He knows how I work. He knows how I work. He knows I'm going to hang up on you.
Oh, I love it. By the way, Some Kind of Wonderful on Hulu, not on HBO Max. Or at least,
my bad.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't able to find on HBO Max, just on Hulu.
Oh, thank you for that.
And everybody's named after a Rolling Stones person.
I didn't know that. Is that true?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you're right. Look at that. And they're rentable everywhere. But I don't know why I thought it was. Oh, I know why. Because we were doing the whole talk to the remote thing. And whatever we watched previous to that.
Oh, sure.
Was on Max.
HBO.
Yeah, and then that's what I did. You can also get it on Paramount Plus.
Leah Thompson is Amanda Jones, the name of a Rolling Stones song. Mary Stuart Masterson is Watts, the Charlie Watts, the drummer of.
And she's a drummer in that movie.
Stones.
Okay.
Yep.
Now it makes sense. When they played that Amanda Jones song in the movie, and I remember thinking, well, that's awful convenient. That her name is Amanda Jones, and the song that's playing about her.
Jones. It is such a great soundtrack. I have that on vinyl over there.
Look at you, Mr. Old School. Anyway, Paramount Plus as well, everybody, if you're looking for it. All right.
Oh, cool. Didn't realize it was there too.
Let's do what we do now at the end of the show, which is get out of here. Some programming notes, however. All right. So the first one is, I want to mention this. Tomorrow, no show. Here's why, okay? Don't get mad, but it's my fault. I have a thing going. I'm not even allowed to really talk about it yet publicly, but I'm doing a thing with let's call them a news organization, and it's big chunks of this entire week have been taken up by this, and tomorrow will be the biggest chunk, and it starts right ahead of TMS and runs right through it. So it's going to destroy it as a result. It's a one-off this week, so I'm done with it after this, and it won't affect anything else moving forward. It just got in the way of TMS. These East Coasters with their schedules and everybody, I just couldn't get a better time. I tried. All right? I tried really hard. So there's no show tomorrow. However, Friday we are doing a play date. Okay?
Yeah.
Because the following weekend, Brian's out of town, and we want to make sure to get one in before he leaves.
Correct. Yep. So, and don't worry, all next week, regular shows except for Friday PM. But yeah, no show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, no TMS tomorrow. I'm thinking I might bump Coverville up to the morning. I might do it as an AM.
That's great.
Show.
That's perfect. I have you auto-hosted, so it'll even play there for people that stumble in. So that's great.
Perfect. Cool.
Let's do that. So tell people about that. What's Coverville all about tomorrow?
Well, 30 years ago, a little album called Nevermind by Nirvana made it to #1 on the Billboard album charts. It was released the previous year in 1991, but 1992 January it became the #1 album, and kind of launched, turned grunge into a serious thing. So we're going to cover every song on the album, including the hidden track. So everything, of course, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Spirit, In Bloom, Come As You Are, Lithium, all the Nirvana hits that you love, all in one episode of Coverville.
That sounds like a great time, but also I'm a little shocked that that's 30 years. That's insane.
It's 30 years, yeah.
I don't like it. No, sir, I don't. I don't like it one bit.
So I'll do that at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, so normal TMS AM time. Just come here like you normally do. It'll just be with 0% Scott and
100% Brian, though.
100% me. I will screw things up, so don't worry. I'll make up for it, the lack of Scott, by mispronouncing band names and getting stuff wrong.
Yeah, all those things that I do. Do all those
You
things.
can watch me fall down holes in Astroneer, which seems to be what I do best in that game, is I tumble down holes that I make in the ground and drop all my belongings.
I was going to ask you if they're holes that you've made that you're falling
Oh, yeah,
into.
they're absolutely holes I've made. It's like, let's make a new hole down to the caves, and then I fall into the cave and all my stuff falls off.
Fantastic. Well, look forward to that. That'll be tomorrow. Very cool. Quick note, I want to thank some patrons, newer patrons, who have signed up for the old Patreon at patreon.com/TMS. People like Chip, Callum, and Thomas Sorensen. You guys are all awesome. And we wanted to mention your names because you guys are cool. Be like Chip, Callum, and Thompson Sorensen. Or Thomas Sorensen. There I am right now, already messing up a name. If you want to do that, jump over to patreon.com/TMS for as low as $1 a month. You can get all the cool benefits, and there's even better levels after that if you want more stuff. So go check it out, patreon.com/TMS. Everything else you can find at frogpants.com/TMS, except, well, until he mentions it, and then you'll know about it. But tell us about the song we're going to play today to get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, so next week when I'm in Nolans, it'll be Shane Maddox's birthday, and he hasn't submitted a request yet, but I'm going to use his request from last year because he's never made a birthday request. He says, "Oh, hi, Brian. I've never made a birthday request nor a cover song, but mine just happens to be on the 28th of January. I'm requesting this the night before, so I certainly have no expectations on timing." Yeah, I'm playing this a year late, Shane. I hope you appreciate that. Metallica and Linkin Park are my two favorite bands, and if there happens to be a cover of or by them that you really enjoy, I leave that decision in your extremely capable cover-villian hands. Thanks so much, and please, for the love of God, say Stafe out there. Shane Maddox.
Very nice.
A year ago, we were still seeing the say Stafe.
That's right. And shaved. It's for you.
Happy birthday to you!
And a happy new year. There you go, buddy.
That's right.
Enjoy.
So, Shane, I don't know if you were going to submit a request for this year for your birthday, but I'm using last year's happy birthday next week when I'm going to be out of town. All right. Metallica cover, of course. I got to pull another track from this amazing Metallica Blacklist album that came out last year. We've played the the Enter Sandman with Alicia Cara, which is excellent. But let's pull another one from that album, another one that's excellent. And this satisfies your Metallica vibes and your Depeche Mode vibes. Dave Gahan, one of the lead singers of Depeche Mode, covered Nothing Else Matters for the Blacklist. This is so good. Here is Nothing Else Matters by Dave Gahan.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yeah.